Hey guys, welcome back to Selenium with Java January 2024 batch online training session 6. So today is the last session for Java where I will cover the most of the advanced topic for Java like what are the Java input output operation, Java collection framework, and in the collection framework I will try to cover a lot of interfaces and classes where I will primarily cover array list, linked list, hash set, tree set and hash map, and in the last I'll cover the Java multithreading part. So as of now you already learned a lot of stuff in Java like what are the data type, right? What are the constructor, method, what are the different ops concept available in Java, what are the importance of different keyword in Java, all this stuff. But in today's session you will learn like the Java collection framework, file handling, as well as the Java multithreading part. So file handling in Java implies reading from and writing data to a file, where primarily I will cover the txt file or notepad, and in case you want to read and write the data from the Excel sheet, that will be covered in the framework part, data driven keyword hybrid daemon framework, where you can get to know how you can interact with the Excel with the help of the Apache API jar file. So the file class from the java.io package allows user to work with different formats of file. There are many ways to read a file in Java. You can use buffer reader, file reader, or file classes. Similarly, you can use file writer, buffer writer, files, or file output to write a file in Java. These are the important methods available in the file class in Java. So can read. What is the objective of this method? It will test whether the file is readable or not. Return type will boolean. Means true or false it will be displayed in case you are able to read it. In case you are able to write it or not, you can check with the help of the can write method. You can create a new file with the help of create new file. You can delete a file or folder structure with the help of the delete method. You can check the existence of a file or folder structure with the help of the exist method. You can get the name of the file with the help of the getName method. You can get the absolute path of the file with the help of the getAbsolutePath method. You can create a folder with the help of mkDirectory method, and you can get the length of a particular file with the help of the length method. So that is these are the important methods available in the Java file class. So we'll see how we can first create a right folder structure, and then we'll go for the file. So we can create a folder, we can delete a folder, we can check the existence of a folder. So how we can do it? So here we already created a class called session 6. So we already created a class session 6 where we will first try to create a folder structure. So why we need to take the help from the file class available in Java. We can create an object or instance equal to new file. Here you need to path, right? Which folder you want to create it. So this is the folder we already created here. So we can copy it within the double quote, and we can give some folder name, say 18 Feb 2024. That is the folder we want to create it, right? So that particular stuff is already available, but I want to create a folder called 18 Feb 2024. That is the folder structure. So you could see some error message is coming. So whenever you are dealing with the file class, you primarily right import it from the java.io package, because file class is coming from the java.io package only. Then in case you want to create a folder structure, you need to take help from the mkDirectory method, mkdir method. So we need to take the file object dot mq. You could see if you press dot, all the methods available right in the file classes to deal with the folder or file structure, you could able to see it, mkdir. So if you just execute it, so there will be no output because it is creating something, right? And if you're able to see that particular folder structure is created in the Selenium training folder, you could see now that 18 February 2024 folder is got created. Okay, so once it's created, you no need to create it again and again. Now what you can do, you can check whether the particular folder is exist or not. So what you can do, dot exist method is available. You could see its returning type is boolean. So you can store in some boolean value, say boolean a equal to. Now you can create a simply if else loop. If a double equal to true means that exist folder exists, so I could mention so folder exist, or else folder does not exist. Okay, so that is the way I can check the existence of the folder. So if you execute it, it will give you that folder exists because the folder is already exists, right? 18 Feb 2024. You could see here it is exists, so it is giving me true value. Folder exists, it is going for the if loop. Now if you want to delete some folder, so whatever I already created, I want to delete it. There is a method called delete, so it will delete. After that, if you want to check, so you need to create a new variable. Otherwise, it will give you the old variable value, right? After deleting, you can create a new variable called boolean b. Okay, and here you can check it. So what will happen after deleting the folder? So it will printed folder does not exist after deleting. You can check change the so that you can easily understand. So initially you have created the folder. So once folder is created, you no need to create it again and again. Automatically you can access that particular path. After that you are checking that whether folder is exist or not. So initially it will be exist only. Okay. Now after deleting you are again checking whether the folder exists or not. So it will definitely remove from the system and it will be giving you that folder does not exist. Now if you execute the code, you could see initially folder exists. Now after deleting here, right, folder got removed, so folder does not exist after deleting. Now if you go here, right, you are not able to see any folder in the Selenium tech training, right? Whatever folder you have created 18 February 2024 got removed, right? So that is the way you can deal with the folder structure. Now if you want to deal with the file, so what you can do it. So first thing is that similar way you need to give the path whatever file you want to create. So suppose say here I want to, let's comment it out, I want to create a file. So instead of that one, I can give something called test.txt file. That is my extension, file extension. So here, if you want to create a file, so what you need to do, you need to use file.create new file. That is the way it will create a new file instead of folder. After that, you can similar way you can check it, or if you can also remove it, right? Then it will remove it. So let's comment out the part. You already know how to remove all this part, so you can comment out this part for now. And here instead of folder you can say file exist and file does not exist. Now once the file is created, so it will be giving me the true or false value, file exist or not, and definitely in the right in that particular folder you will able to see that test.txt file is getting created. So you could see here now test.txt file got created with 0 KB because there is nothing available here, right? Nothing available. Okay, so it is 0 KB. Now what you can do, there are so many methods available also, right? You could already mention. You can check whether the file is readable, writable. You can get the absolute path, get the name of the file, get the length of the file. So those part we can check it. Similar way, delete also same thing. Delete method will be available to delete the file. Now we will see after the file is created, so you don't need to create again and again. I can comment out this line of code. And what are the thing you can check it. After the file is created, SOISO file dot, right, you could see press, if you press it, so you can check whether, right, can it can readable. file dot can write, right? Writable or not. File dot get absolute path dot get name, right? Dot length. So it will be length will be 0. So these are the different stuff you can deal with the file. Now let's execute it for the whatever text file created. Let's see what are the output is coming here. So it is true. Readable, definitely new file created, so it is read and writable. So it is giving true. And this is the absolute path, right? C, Dell, desktop, Selenium training folder, test.txt file. Exact name of the file is test.txt. Initially there was nothing added, so it is 0. So this is the way I can check the existence of the file with a different other way. Now, once the file is created, now you can write and read the value. So let's first add some data in that particular file. So what you can do, you can write the data if you want to write the data. So you need to take help from the file writer and buffer writer. So what I will do, here I already created the object for the file. Now I will be using file writer. So file writer. So I can give something called file writer equal to new file writer. And here you need to provide the path for the file, whatever file object you have created. So that is the way it is accessing that particular path. Now you could see some error message is coming, so you need to surround import that file writer from the java.io package. Now you need to create a object for buffer writer. Exact thing you need to do it buff e red writer. So that are the different classes available. bw I can mention equal to new buffer writer, where I need to provide the reference for the file writer fw. Now your RMS will be there, so you need to import that buffer writer from the java.io package. Then now whatever value you want to add it, right? You can say add some string value, so string str, whatever thing you want to add it, say welcome to Java world. So that is the part I want to add it, right, in the file. Initially file available, but there is no value. You could see there is blank. Everything is blank. It is 0.0 KB. What is the last update time? 7:43. Now it is 7:47. So it is not updated that time after creating it. Now in case you want to create it, so you need to call buffer writer dot. There is a method available called write. Right? You could see. You can pass the string, integer, character, whatever you want to do. Okay, so I'll be passing some string, so I can provide the string. Now I need to close that buffer writer bw dot close, and I need to close that file also, or sorry, I mean the buffer file writer also fw dot close. So that is the way, right? Your code will be. You need to write the code. Now if you execute it, so what happened in the output? Nothing will be displayed, right? But in that file, that particular welcome to Java world will be getting added. So nothing will be displayed in the console, but if you go to the folder, you could see test file updated 748 and size is 1 KB. Now if you open it, you could able to see welcome to Java world is being displayed. So that is the way you can write something in the file. Now next thing, right? Whatever has been, yeah, yeah, right. For the buffer, because it is storing in that, yeah, right. This is for the writing, file writer and the buffer writer for the file, writing the file. And for reading, it will be like file reader and buffer reader. Yeah, right. These are the predefined classes available in the file class, right? So that is the way, right? Sorry, not the file class, because in that java.io package available to deal with the file handling, reading and writing the data. No, that is fine. That is the way, right? They have developed, right? File writer is something first accessing the file path, right? Completely. First, then it is storing in the buffer writer, then it is like adding the value. So you cannot directly use the buffer writer. So this is the two class you need to take the help. Next, let's suppose say I want to read the value, right? So what you need to do, so first thing is that you can define some variable called a string text. I want to store in the text file. Now instead of the file writer, I need to read like file reader. And I can change the thing called file reader variable name, new file reader. So I need to import it, the file reader from the java.io package. Now it will be buffer reader, let beer, change it. Let's import it. And after that, right, you can give something loop. So while whatever value you have declared, right, variable declared, if text equal to buffer reader dot read line. I will be reading the line one by one. Then I can give a one more bracket here, not equal to null. In case it is equal to null, there is no point of reading. Not equal to null. Then I want to read it. While text equal to buffer reader the read line not equal to null, then I want to print it. SYSO text. After that, I want to similar way, I want to close it, br.close and effort.close. Now let's see. Welcome to Java world, right? Whatever has been written. Now, in case you want to update it, right? After that, let's see whether it's a welcome to Java world updated on 24th, sorry, 18 February. Update it. Let's update it. And now let's see what is happening. So similar way, you no need to change anything, right? Whatever value is there, it will be simply printed out. You could see. So that is the way primarily you can deal, because the main objective is that like kind of reading and writing from the text file. Other stuff, Excel and other components part like I will cover it in the framework part. So I mean here you just need to read and write, create the folder, create the file, right? Get the different path of this stuff. So that is the way, right? This will be required whenever you be dealing with the real-time framework. So I will take a pause. Hmm. Yeah. That because main method is not required at all in the real-time framework. I will cover it because we'll be using testng or JUnit, right? So with the help of the testng JUnit, we'll be not be using the public static void main method at all. So because we'll be using at the rate test annotation. So at the rate test annotation and different and other annotation like before class, after class, before method, after method, that will be covered right in the test ng. But slowly you can learn right how what are the way right you can moderate your script, right? You can kind of beautify your script and you can reduce the redundant step, right? So that is the way it will help you to kind of streamline your code. Yeah. No. You need to always create separate class. Yes. And in the real-time framework, we'll be creating a class called base class. And after that, for every pages, you'll be creating separate page class. And every page class, you need to extend it to the base class. Every page, otherwise it will not be calling. You need to extend it separately for every. That is the reason I'll be kind of defining all important stuff in the base class itself, and then I will just kind of calling it on every page class. Then the next one is like Java collection framework. Okay. So you already learned the Java data type, and one of the session I covered like that wrapper class. Okay. So why is the importance of wrapper class? Because data type are not belong to any class, right? So they are not object. But whenever you are converting to data type like integer, double, float, like to relevant wrapper class, those will be object because Java collection framework is only deal with the class and object, not the data type. So the collection in Java is a framework which provides an architecture to store and manipulate the group of objects. So another problem you already failed primarily in the array, right? So you need to fix the size of the array. Once you fix the size, you cannot extend it, right? You cannot increase the size. And apart from that, in case you are kind of feeling adding less element, so remaining part, it will be taking the default value of the data type. Either is a 0 for the integer, right? For null, for the string, for 0.0 for the double, all this stuff. But here, Java collection framework, we no need to worry about how many element is there or not, right? Based on the element is available, right, we can search, manipulate, delete, add all this stuff. So a collection framework is a unified architecture for representing and manipulating collections. It is a collection, but collection will be similar type of data. You cannot mix and match. You cannot mix integer with float, integer with string, all this stuff. It will be similar data type. The all collection framework contain the following interfaces. So you already know interfaces is 100% abstract classes. In case you are implementing in the particular classes, you need to implement all the unimplemented method. So interface allow collection to be manipulated independently of the details of the representation. In object oriented language, interface generally form a hierarchy, and classes is nothing but the implementation. These are the concrete implementation of the collection interface. In essence, they are the reusable data structure. And the last one, this is the heart of the Java collection framework. One is the interfaces, second one is the implementation of the classes, third one is algorithm or the method or the function. So method or functions can be available both in the interfaces as well as in the class itself. So algorithm, these are the method that perform useful computation such as searching and storing, sorting on object that implement collection interfaces. The algorithm are said to be polymorphic. That is, same method can be used on many different implementation of the appropriate collection framework. So all the operations that user want to perform on a data, such as searching, sorting, insertion, manipulation, deletion, etc., can be achieved by the Java collection framework. There are a lot of interfaces available. There are a lot of classes available. So this is the diagram I have tried to depict. Okay, I will explain it multiple time. In case you are having any questions, let me know. Because in case you are able to write kind of recapture the diagram, your most of the critical problem will be solved in the JCF part or Java collection framework part. So there are a couple of color, right? You could see the blue color. Blue color symbol for the interface, and the green color, right, square box symbols for the classes. And there are two line, right? One is solid arrow, one is dotted arrow. Solid arrow is nothing but the extending, and dotted arrow is implementing. So you already know, already learned, right? Class to class it will be extend, interface to interface it will be extend again, and interface to class it will be implements. So iterable is the parent, right, interface in the Java collection framework. Okay, then the collection, then the different other subset interface will be there, and classes will be there, and multiple classes and single classes can write implements multiple interfaces as well. Okay, so array list, you could see it is only implementing the list interface. I'll cover what is the objective here other. Okay, so what is the importance of the list interface? In case you want to s- sort, right, store some value, so list interface will store in same order, and it can contain duplicate value as well. And set is nothing but it will contain the unique value. Okay, but there is no guarantee of any ordering. Whereas sorted seed is, it is having some feature of the set, means it will contain the unique value, as well as it will give you the value in the ascending order. Unique value, no duplicacy, and sorted order, ascending order. Q is nothing but the first in, first out order, FIFO, right? Whatever order you are entering, same order you can able to receive it. DQ is nothing but double ended queue. Means both the side you can add the value and you can remove the value. Both side open, right? Double ended queue. So all sorted set it again extending to set interface. So sorted set is, again I am telling, sorted set is, it will contain unique value and it will be ascending order. So it is extending to set interface. Set is nothing but only unique value, but there is no guarantee of ordering. Q is first in, first out order, but only one side operation. DQ is both side open ended, both side you can do the operation. And list is nothing but whatever way ordered you will be entering the value, same way it will just keep the value, and duplicate value it can also contain. So all these interfaces are extending to collection interface, and at the end of the day collection interface is extending to iterable interface, which is the mother interface of the collection framework. Now you could see the array list class. Array list class is also already implemented to list interface, so all the features from the list it will be getting. It one sided, you can write, add the value same order, it can contain the unique value. But linked list set, you could see it is implementing DQ interface and implementing the list interface as well. So whatever feature in the list means, right, whatever order you are doing it, that is fine, it can contain duplicate value. Apart from that, it is also having the features for the DQ interface, means both side open, so you can perform the operation from the both side, right? So either this side and this side as well. So both side you can do it, starting and the ending point. Now tree set is implementing sorted set interface. So what is sorted set? Sorted set means it is unique value and it is ordering. So similar way T set will be having same value. Whereas hash set, it is implementing to set interface. So it will be containing unique value, but there is no order guarantee, right? So these are the important part. I'll be covering it, and priority queue, right? Kind of other stuff, array queue. Those are, I mean, not much used now, but it will be similar. Whatever queue operation is there or DQ is there, you can get it. So that is the way this diagram will be giving you the more picture, right? Whatever important collection kind of interfaces of the class you can use, and what are the different attributes. Okay, whatever I have covered here, most of the part it will be available here. So the iterable interface is the root interface for all the collection classes. The collection interface extends the iterable interface, and therefore all the subclasses of collection interface also implement the iterable interface. Collection interface, the collection interface is the interface which is implemented by all the classes in the collection framework. It declares the method that every collection will have. In other words, we can say that the collection interface builds the foundation on which the collection framework depends. And list set, sorted set, queue, DQ I already mentioned. List is nothing but it will store the ordered collection of the subject, but it can have duplicate value. Set, it represents the unordered set of the element which does not allow user to store the duplicate element. Sorted set, it is ordered set and it will also contain the unique element. Queue is nothing but the first in, first out order or FIFO mechanism. It can be defined as an ordered list that is used to hold the element which are about to process. DQ interface extend the queue interface. In DQ, user can remove and add element from both the side. DQ stands for double ended queue, which enables user to perform the operation at the both the ends. So that is the concept of the Java collection framework primarily. Any questions here? Once you understand this logic, it will help you, right, to understand the other stuff easily. Okay. Slowly you can able to learn whenever I'll be trying to write the code. So array list I already told. It is same way, whatever way you are just adding the value, it can contain duplicate value. So using array list, you can overcome the size issue, which was the issue in the array. So that is the question might come, right? That what is array? What is the drawback of the array? Array is similar type of right element you can store, but the drawback is that once you define the size of the array, you cannot change it, you cannot extend it, you cannot also trim it. But here in the array list, we don't need to define any size. Whatever way you want to add the value, it will take and it will give you the latest kind of size. So that particular stuff can be overcome, right? And in case you are in array, in case you are having less elements, so it will remaining element based on the size, it will take the default value of the data type. But here there is no problem at all. Array list allows duplicate element as well. Java array list class maintain insertion order. Manipulation in the array list is pretty much slow because a lot of shifting need to be occurred if any element is removed from the array list, because it's only one side operation. Okay, now see, okay, what are the different stuff we can do in the array list? So it will be array list. Why it is required? You already see, in case you want to store list of web element, right? You need to either, right, find elements. You already see in the first or second class, right? I want to store all element with that kind of tag name. Whenever in case is giving more element, you need to store with some array, Java collection from array list or linked list, like that, based on your requirement. Because array will only one dimensional, multi-dimensional, but it cannot hold, right, the multiple value might be tough. Okay, array list, here it will be double bracket, that bracket, and here you need to give either the string or integer, but it will be the object type, right, relevant wrapper class, not the data type. So I can go with suppose integer intgr, not the int, please make a note. So I can make with array list new variable equal to new array list, same way, but here you need to give the wrapper class, relevant wrapper class, whenever you are creating the object or instance for the array. Now you need to import it array list from the java.util package. Now you can add in number of value dot add. You could see it is coming as integer. So say 20. You can add duplicate value as well. It will allow you. Okay. Now added element added. Right? Now what you can do, you can just print the size of the array. Air dot size method. Yeah. So it will be giving you the return type, right? Integer. So whatever element you are defining, based on that, it will be returning the size, right? It's 5. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you remove anything, right? I am removing anything. So it will give you now 4. So you no need to worry about any, you no need to define any size. It will be giving you the 4 dynamic value. Now you can print out all the value. So you can use the for loop. For I will cover here the advanced for loop as well, or for each loop as well. Integer I equal to 0, then I less than dot size, because it is starting with 0, so I will go less than size minus 1, I plus plus dot get of every I. So that is the way you can print out the value. Okay. Now suppose say you did all these 4 elements. Now next time you want to add few more elements. So you can do it. It is dynamic, right? So I can give some differentiator so that you can easily understand how, what is the way you can right? Now I want to again add some value. Say 100. Okay. So it will be added. Now I want to remove some value. So to the last one, right? I can just want to remove. After adding, it will be 5 element. So I want to remove that 5 fifth element 60. So it will be right? Whatever way you want, just 3, give it index 3. Okay. Now you want to update the value dot set, right? So first index I want to remove the value, change the value 1 instead of 20. I want to make it 200. So it is an integer, so you need to give without double quote. Now after addition removing is done, again I want to iterate the loop and I want to see what are the updated value. So initially it was 4 elements, so it will be still there. You could see 4 element was there. Now, okay, what I have did, so now first element is there, 0th index, no change. And second index, instead of 2, I have marked change it to 200, right? You could see 200. So it is 200. Third element or second index is 30. It is still fine. And I have removed that fourth element from the index 3. That is the reason now 60 is not there. And I have added one more element, 100. So that is the reason it is there. Now if you want to sort it out after adding, you can do sorting. So it will be giving you sorted one. So it should be not like that. I think it should be collection dot sort, might be. Yeah. So it should be collections dot sort. There's a method, sort. Yeah. And you need to give it. Now it will be sorted out. So sorted out by ascending order. You could see 20, 30, 120. So whatever way you want to do, you can just do it. So that is the concept of array list. Now, linked list, similar kind of stuff. I'll cover the linked list, then I will take for any questions. Similar kind of stuff, but linked list is implementing the DQ interface. So what is the object of DQ? It is double-ended queue. We can do the operation from the both the side, right? So that is the only added advantage for the DQ, for the linked list. So let's see. Copy it. I'm not changing the variable, just I will change that linked list part. Instead of array list, I'll be changing it to linked list. I'm not changing the variable, just keep it same. Yeah, this will be work for mostly for the data type called integer, double, float, string, all this stuff. Okay, it will work for all the data type. Not data type means data type in converted into the wrapper class object, right? Whatever is there. Yeah. Now you could see here. Now similar way it will be, there is no change at all. Okay, as of now there will no change. Similar output will be there because it is similar to the array list. But what is the additional thing you can do? You could see here now. Suppose say I want to add some element to the first. You could see if you press add, there's an option right called add first or add last. You could able to see because it is both side open. You can do the operation from the both side. It is not like that you need to add it. So that is the benefit of the linked list. So if you want to change the add, suppose say 250, you can add it. Right. Similar way, if you want to remove last, air dot remove, right, remove first or remove last occurrence also in case similar type of there is there. So that is the additional benefit is there in the linked list. Apart from that, it is pretty much similar. So in case someone is asking whatever is different, right, you could say because array list only implementing to the list interface, whereas linked list is implementing to the DQ interface as well as the list interface. So both the feature from the both the interface will be there. So kind of it will store the value, similar order you can do it, but both side operation can be done whenever you want to add, remove the value. Now you could see whatever added first, it will be added. 250s will be added, but we have as changed the collection. That is the reason it is coming. Let's remove it. Sorry, comment out the sorting part. Now could able to see it will be sorted out accordingly. 250 is coming first, right? Because I have added it first. But in the array list, you cannot add it the first. You need to add it in the last only. Sequential, you need to go it. So that is the basic difference between the array list and the linked list. So here I have covered with like integer, and the next other part I will cover with the string type. So you can easily understand the other part, right? Sorted set or the tree set part. Yeah. Any questions? Yeah, that is the way you are storing, right? Here you are storing, then you can take the difference and then you can do the operation, whatever way you can do. That is the variable you are storing it. Yeah, in the real time only. So that is the way it's already there in the first class, right? Okay, so you could see here in the second class, I think. Okay, you could see we are storing in the list of web element, right? Whatever is coming. Then we are just doing the operation. In case you want to get the size, you want to store the some value, you want to click some operation, you can do it in the real time. So it will be different data type, right? Web element is a type, you can just store it. So based on requirement, you can deal with string, integer, float, double, but it will be relevant wrapper class. But it will be multiple element with similar data type. You cannot mix and match it. Yeah, so it will be depend based on the return type, right? Whatever return type your method will be there, so you need to go with that one. And requirement. Suppose in case you are calling some method, it will give you return type, na? Okay. So here in the session 2, if you just call some method, right? Just say WebDriver driver, and if you call some method called driver dot find elements, right? You could see it is giving you the return type. Yeah, right. That is the way. In case you want to write kind of store unique value, you want to remove the duplicate value, right? You can store in list and then you can convert the list to the sorted set or set other stuff. That is possible. Okay, because you don't want to interrupt because that list of web element variable you can want to use multiple time. Then you can convert it for the list to the set. Okay, so that automatically unique value will be there, duplicate value will be removed. So automatically as soon as you will be working, you will be able to see, understand what are the way right it will be required. Now the two important thing I will cover it like set, hash set and tree set. So if you go to the pair diagram here, tree set is sorted set and hash set is going to the set and sorted set also extending to set. So hash set it will be ordered, not ordered. It will be unique value, but it will be there is no guarantee of any order. It will go with the dynamic order. But sorted set it will go for the order as well as the dynamic value as well as the unique value as well. So that is the only difference, right? Hash set does not allow duplicate. If you want to try to allow duplicate, the old value will be overridden. Hash set allow null value. However, if you insert more than one null value, it will still return only one null value. Hash set does not maintain any order. The elements should be returned in any random order. Hash set is the best approach for search operation. So you will be storing the value. After that, if you want to search something is available or not, you can just do it in the real time. So what I will do, I will go for hash set and I'll go for some different data type string. So I can give some name called hs equal to new asset. So I need to implement it. Now dot add say selenium. I can add duplicate also, not be a problem. What is coming? So the string you need to give double quote. Say uft say tosca say playwright like that. So the different tools used in the web automation. Now it is done. So if you want to print the size, hash set dot size. Now what is the size? Can anyone tell me? For the hash set, what is the size? I've added 5 elements. No, it will remove the duplicate. Yes. So that is the yeah, that is the first hash set, right? Yeah, you could see four. So it will remove the duplicate, right? Now here, if you want to print out, I'll be using advanced for loop. Okay, very very easy one. Especially it will work only for the collection framework. For what is the data type? So what is the kind of wrapper class string? So data type will be string only. So I will be covering here string, and I need to give some new object. Say object, then colon. That is syntax for advanced for loop. Then you can give the old variable name simply. Then here you can so and print the new variable. That's all. So that is called enhanced for loop or for each loop. It is only applicable for the collection framework. Okay. So in case it is integer intgr, you need to give it int data type here. This is data type and this is the class wrapper class. You need to remember. Okay. This is data type. For integer, it will be no, here it will not never work. So that is the concept of the Java collection framework. It will only deal with the object and class. Okay, because data type is not any belong to any class or object, right? Data type is simply data type. That is the reason it will not deal. The only collection framework only deal with the object and class, right? It will not consider anything outside that one. But here for loop you need to use that relevant data type. Now you could see if you just execute it, how easily I have designed, right? You could able to see the output, right? EFT, Tosca, Playwright, Selenium. But are you able to see any ordered? Right? No, right? There is no order. Whatever order it is there, there is no order. But it is giving you the unique value, but no ordered at all. So that is the only difference. Now, tree set is pretty much similar to that, but as it is implementing, right, both the set and sorted set, it will be ordered. That is the only difference. So importing, I'm just not changing the variable name. Okay, you can change it to TS also. Now you could see. So it will be ordered, ascending order, right? P, Selenium, Tosca, and EFT, ascending order. So that is the primary difference between the hash set and tree set. So in tree set is one of the most important implementation of the sorted set interface in Java that uses this tree for storage. Java tree set class implements the set interface that uses this tree for storage. Okay, in iterate abstract set class and implements navigable interface. The object of the tree set are stored in ascending order. Java tree set class contain unique element only like hash set. Java tree set class does not allow any null element. If you want to give anything null, it will not allow. So how can you add, right? You can give something called add null, but it will not be added. You cannot add it. It will only allow non-null. Okay, so any questions? Okay, there are one most important thing. So this is the one way, right? Suppose in case you are want to do similar type of stuff, you can do it. But in case you want to, right, primarily deal with the like some combination, key value pair combination. So then you can use that Java hash map. So Java, suppose you already deal with telephone directory, right? Everybody is, in case you are already aware, telephone directory. So there will be some number, and every number there will be name, but number will be always unique. It cannot be duplicate, including STD code previously, right? If you still mobile number will be always unique. Same mobile number cannot have. right? In the country. Outside can have, but country code will be different. But name can be duplicate. So whatever is unique, it should be key. And whatever is the value, it should be called value. Key and value pair combination. So key and pair, value pair, it can be integer integer, it can be string string, it can be integer string, it can be string integer as well. Okay. So hash map does not allow duplicate key but allows duplicate values. That means a single key cannot contain more than one value, but more than one key can contain single value. This class no guarantee as the order of the map. So what is the way we can store the value? Okay. So here I need to go with little different. So say give it hash map. So I need to give key and value pair. So say I want to store some details for student, right? For a particular class, student roll number and student name. So what I can do, I can go integer. First is the key, integer, and value will be string because my student name will be string format. So I can give age map, right? That is my, or maybe student variable name. I can give it student equal to new hash map. So I need to import it from the Java util package. Now, if you go with the student object, there is a method called put method. You could see it is not the add method but put for adding the value, integer key and string value. So say roll number is 1, student name is say Matthew within the double quote. Say John, Steve, anything you can give it. Now what you can do, you can print out the student value. But there is some unique approaches there to print only the key, to print only the value, or to print only the key value, both. You could see that will be coming in that array format. 1 equal to Matthew, 2 equal to John, 3 equal to Steve, 4 equal to Ricky, whatever way you have ordered, right? But I only want to print the keys. Okay, so I'll be using for loop, advanced for loop, only for printing the key. So for integer, any value I can give integer I. Then what is the variable name? Student. You need to press dot because this is the key value pair combination. Student dot key set for printing the key. Then SYSO just simply I. So it is printing the key only, to print keys only. You could see 1, 2, 3, 4 is coming. Now if you want to print the keys and the value, right? Values only because it's a key value pair combination. So what is the value? Value is string, right? So what you need to do? Here you need to do instead of that I, you need to go with print keys. You can go with new variable called string, say str student dot values, and here you can print it out. Okay, you could see Matthews, John, Steve, and Rick is same order. Now, if you want to print the both the key, yeah. Hmm. 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 No, not key value, because primarily in case whenever you'll be working on the framework, there will be dot properties file, right? Primarily there will be dot properties file. In the dot properties file, suppose say you are loading something called URL and then corresponding value, right? You are loading some username, then the corresponding value. You are loading some, you are noting down some password equal to corresponding value. That is the way it will be key value pair combination, right? You need to read that dot properties file in the framework, so you'll be reading that way. Not any URL, but I'm telling you example, okay? Because in the real-time framework, right, everything will be mostly will be stored in that dot properties file. Because whatever static part, right, it will not be changed. Instead of that, and in case you want to change, you'll be changing only one file. Why it is required? Suppose say today, what you need to do? Suppose you already defined a script, right? You are having 100 per 100 test cases, okay? Okay, and today you will be running in the dev environment. Tomorrow you'll be running in that like site environment. Day after tomorrow you'll be running in the UI environment. So what you can do? You cannot change everywhere, right? 100 places. Instead of that, you will be having some defined properties file where you would be just having the URL equal to corresponding value, and that place you can change it. Suppose the username you want to today change it with like admin one. Tomorrow you will want to go with admin two. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow admin three. So only one place you can change, and automatically your script will be running in the environment with the username. So that is the real time benefit for that properties file. Got it? But in case you want to read the properties file, primarily you need to take that hasmap part. And in case sometime you need to store in some key value pair combination, you can also use the hasmap part. Next one, in case you want to go with that key value pair combination, both. Right. Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, right? Both the keys and value, keys and values. Okay. So similar way you need to do it. Okay. Now here you can already having the I, and you can concatenate with some spaces, right? Then one space, two space, whatever you want to do. Then plus, then what is the variable name? Is student oh, dot get of I. You could see one method, two John, three Steve, four Ricky. So that is the way you can print the key value pair. In case you want to give one space or give hyphen, right? You can whatever way you can do it. Underscore or okay. In case you don't want to give any space, it will be just simply like that. So that is your format, whatever way you want to do, print it out. It can be string as well. It can be string and integer. It will depend. Integer, float, double, right? In case you are want to store some salary data, right? So what will be value? It will be employee ID and the salary. Salary will be in double, right? And employee ID will be numeric, so it will be integer. So that is the way it is. All combinations will be there, right? Integer, double, float, and string. These are the four combinations primarily will be allowed. Any mix and match. But keys will be always unique and values can be duplicate because your multiple employee can have same salary, right? Or say be employee or designation, right? So it can be like numeric integer and the string format. I already mentioned the telephone directory part, right? Or suppose say you want to just participate some event, right? It will be in, it might be name, okay, or name and the organization name, right? That is the way you can be do, but it should be unique only. But whatever is unique, that only will go with key, and otherwise it will be pair. Or otherwise, like once you're submitting the data, like all in name might be unique, not be unique. Once you're submitting the data, right, there will be unique code will be generated. So that code is treated as a keys, and other details will be treated as a pair value. Okay. Any other questions? So these are the very, very critical part. Okay. So which will you need to use it in the multiple times in the real-time framework development as well. So whatever is really required, it will be mostly used. That part I'll be covering in the syllabus. Okay. There might be so many things. Couple of things will be knowing in the during the framework development part as well. Okay, but yeah, there might be 100 more topics which maybe you are want to learn, but slowly you can learn them. Okay, but here my intention is that with that 2 or 3 months time, right, you can get the good confidence, and definitely you can start working independently on the automation framework. After that, slowly you can go to the above the beyond the boundary value, and you can be expert or SME slowly. Then we'll go with the last important topics for Java multi-threading. Okay. So multi-threading part, I think in the first session I already told that this is one of the important features in Java is having. So multi-threading means like working multiple works simultaneously. I have given some example, right? Sweets example in the first day. Okay. Or suppose say there are 20 tasks, right? Your manager assigned you, okay? And 20 tasks you need to complete it. But manager have given timeline like 4 hour. You need to complete it within the 4 hour. But whenever you are finding 20 tasks, you find that it might take maybe instead of 4 hour, it might take 25 hours like that. So can you do it in 4 hours? No, it is not possible. So what is the best approach to do it? So I need to add more resources. So instead of one resources, I can add 10 resources. So that task can be done in 3 hours instead of 4 hours as well. So what can do 10 resources will pick up 10 tasks. As and when one is completing, they will pick up the other task like that. So other resources will not depend for the other one. Instead of that, they will just as and when they are completing and they'll pick up the new one. So work can be done simultaneously by the multiple resources at the same time. So multi-threading is a mechanism which allow concurrent execution of two or more part of a program for maximum utilization of the CPU. Each part of such program is called a thread. Threads are lightweight process within a process. Threads are independent. If there occur exception in one thread, it does not affect other thread. It uses shared memory. Suppose in case you are doing work for 10 resources, right? But one resources got like kind of having some kind of health issue. Immediately he will be moving out to the restroom, right? To take some rest. But it does not affect the other nine, right? Nine can pick up the task and that is the way. One person need to go for some medical emergency. Still remaining 8% can pick it up and try to complete the task. So that is the way it does not affect the other one. So thread can be created by using two way. One is extending the thread class and implementing the runnable interface. What is the thread lifecycle? New, runnable, running, waiting, and dead. New. In this phase, the thread is created with the help of the using thread class. It remains in this state till the program starts the thread. It is also known as born thread. Runnable is the second lifecycle phase. In this phase, the instance of the thread is invoked with the start method. So always you need to start a thread with the help of the start method. You cannot start it in the normal way. The thread control gives to scheduler to finish the execution. It depends on the scheduler whether to run the thread or not. Right? So there is a scheduler available in the thread which will define or which will finalize which thread to run and which thread to stop like that. Running. When the thread start executing, then the state is changed to running state. The scheduler selects one thread from the thread pool and start executing in the application. So there is a thread pool available where all the thread will be kept in place. And after that, your scheduler will schedule which thread need to be run and work which work that is internal process. Okay, though which work need to be done. Right after that, which who is finishing and which other work need to be picked up. That is the internal process within the thread life cycle. After that, waiting. This is the state when the thread has to wait. As there are multiple threads are running in the application, there is no need for synchronization between the thread. Hence, one thread has to wait till the other thread get executed. Therefore, this state is referred as waiting state. And the last, it will be dead. This is a state where the thread is terminated. The thread is in running state And as soon as it complete processing, it is a dead thread. Dead thread means you need to clear that all the thread. Once the execution is done, you cannot store them thread because it will only utilize the memory and CPU. So I want to make them everything is dead or removed from the system once my work is done. And waiting. Why need to waiting? I'm just telling you, giving a simple example. Okay, maybe primarily in different culture, right? In the Indian culture, okay. Suppose say you are going for some ceremony. It can be birthday party, it can be marriage ceremony, it can be anniversary celebration, any other stuff, right? Okay, so there will be some protocol, right? First you need to go there, then you'll be having some soft drink, right? The counter will open, then starter counter will open, then the main course and the dessert part, right? So you cannot go to the dessert part at the first. Okay, because that is sequence. So some dependence will be there. Some people, right? They don't want to go for the like startup. They want to main course. Sometime main course will not open, right? That starter will open for 1 hour after the main course will open. So that is the reason. In case you don't want to take the starter, you need to wait for some time. So that is the waiting state. So that some dependence is there on the other thread. Until the work is finished, you cannot other part cannot be start. Okay, and then dead thread. So after suppose you have taken some marriage hall or some community hall, right, for a rent for a day. Okay. After your all the celebration is over, right? What you need to do? You need to clean the place. Otherwise, next day, right, no other person can right use it. So similar way, in case your execution is over, you need to clean your space to avoid the usage of your memory or to kind of like CPU utilization. But so you see, so that you need to remove everything. After starting a thread, it can never be started again. If user does so, an illegal thread state exception is thrown. In such case, thread will run one, but for second time it will throw the exception. So what are the different part we can do? I will show you. But for every Java program, there will be default thread created by JVM or Java Virtual Machine, which is nothing but the main thread. The entry point for main thread is the main method. Okay, so how can you just take whether any thread is working or not? Thread. So I can give it current thread ct equal to thread dot current thread. That is the way you need to create an object content for the current thread. Okay, after that, if you want to check it, print out ct simply. Then you can check the name of the thread, whatever is current thread working, right? Dot get priority of the thread, what is the priority, what is the order it is working. Then you can get group, which thread group it is there, right? Then you can check whether what is the ID of the thread, whether you can check the state of the thread, which state it is running, right? Get state. Whether you can check whether thread is alive or dead, right? Is alive or dead or daemon, all this stuff. Daemon part I'll cover today. Those are the part you can do. Okay, you could see that is the different way it is running. Runnable, right? The priority is one, ID is one, alive. But couple of things you can change it. You can change the name and priority of the thread as well in case multiple thread is working. So that is the way it will work. Ct dot set name. You can change the name called instead of main thread. I can change the name to test thread. I can change the priority. Ct dot set priority. So instead of one, I can change it to priority. After that, if you just check the name of priority, you could able to see it will be changed accordingly. But by default, one thread should be there. You cannot make it dead. One thread should be there. Otherwise, execution will not be you will not able to do anything, right? You could see now, change name got changed to test and priority got changed to 5. That is the default thread, which is nothing but the main thread. So one thread should be there by default. So In case multiple thread is there, you can make them dead, but one thread it should be there always. So how to create a object, right? How to deal with the thread? So one is like you need to extend the thread class. Thread class. Then here you can create a method, right? So public void run. Say method name. I can do it and I can give some output here. Similarly, you can write some code if required. But primarily, what is why you need to learn the thread concept? Because in the whenever you'll be testing using TestNG framework, right? You need to run it parallel testing. So once you get the idea of what is thread all about, basic part, because you don't need to go into the detail level part, that whatever you will be learning, that concept is still good. And with that concept, you can understand easily, right, how to do the parallel testing, how you can change in multiple thread count, what is the way it will work, right? All this stuff you can like, get to know. Run. Okay, that is the way you have written. Now you can create an object or instance here. Say, yeah, t1 equal to new. That is the way you can create an object. Now, what is the way you need to call the run method? It should be syntax should be similar. Okay, same. You cannot change it. But here, body or objective, you can change it anything. So you need to call t1 dot start to start the thread. So that automatically thread will be started. Now you could see it will print out that part. You could see thread is started to run. Once thread is started, you cannot start it again. It will throw you the error because thread is already running condition, right? You cannot run it again and again. You could see next time it is starting, exception in the main thread, right? Illegal thread exception is coming, so you cannot run it again and again. You can create couple of instance of the thread, so that is the way it will work multiple way to start. That is the way you can create 10 no, one thread it will be there always. Okay, other part it will you can clean it. I will just let you know in the demo thread part. Okay, so that is the way. Multi-threading part I told, right? Because precisely whenever you are dealing with the test engine framework, you need to do the parallel testing or distributed testing. But how you can show, right? You need to give the thread count, you need to initiate the thread. That is the reason I have covered it here. So that you will not be going from the right, I mean, you are not able to understand anything. So that the concept I want to clear it out, okay? But other development part, you don't need to worry about that. That is the developer work, right? They want to do deal with the thread. That, because thread is a huge area. Okay, but whatever is really required for the tester, that part concept I am just able to I want to clear it out. So you could see that that is the way I can create multiple thread, right? So that it will work accordingly. The last is like daemon thread. So how you want to kill it, right? You already mentioned, but I want to clean the image, right? Only one thread should be there. The remaining part I want to kill it. Okay. So daemon thread is a low priority thread that runs in background to perform tasks such as garbage collection. I already told in the first class, right? The Java, one of the important properties is garbage collection. So they do not prevent the JVM from exciting when all the user thread finish their execution. JVM terminates itself when all user thread finish their execution. JVM does not care whether daemon thread is running or not. If JVM finds running daemon thread, it terminates the thread and after that shut down itself. Main thread cannot be set to daemon. In case you are having 5 thread, one thread you should make it. So that thread it will keep, right? The other thread is active or removed from the system. To set a thread to be daemon thread, user need to do is to call thread.setDaemon. In such case, call the setDaemon method after starting the thread start method. It will throw the illegal exception. To check if the thread is daemon thread or not, user simply call the method called say is daemon. So how you will do it? So here there's an option called run, right? That way I will just change it. What I will do, okay, here I will giving some context, right? If loop, if my thread dot current thread dot is daemon, right? It's daemon means it's daemon thread means like only one thread will be that it will kill the remaining one. Okay. So what I will do, I will daemon thread is running. Daemon thread is started to run. Else normal thread is running, right? So that is the way to give you the clarity. Okay, that is the simple way. There will be n number of code in this part. Now what I can do, t1 dot start, t2 dot start. So it will give simply give me normal thread is running, right? Because not is daemon thread. I did not say anything is daemon thread. You could see normal thread is running to run, right? Now remove that one. Let's cut it. Okay, t1 dot start, and before uh, t1 dot start, right? I need to make it to daemon. Okay, so t1 dot set daemon. Okay, dot true. Are you able to make it true? Let's see. Okay, you could see nothing is happening because in case only one thread is there, right? You cannot make it daemon. So you would require two thread to make anything is daemon. Now it will work accordingly. You could see first one is daemon thread is starting to run and second one is normal thread. So that daemon thread will kill all the other thread because this will help to clear the garbage. Okay. So if any kind of anything is doing, once the execution is done, once the resource utilization is done, everything will be cleared by the daemon thread. But at least two thread will be there because by default one thread should be always there in the system. You cannot make it everything as a clean. Otherwise, you cannot do any, even the garbage collection operation as well. Right? One resource to be there to right clean it to close the door as well. Right? So that is simple concept. Okay. Though it's a robot also, that is a resource, right? So somebody is doing the operation also. That is also risk. So one resources will be always there to do the all the job. Okay. So I'll just repeat it once more time. Then in case you are having any questions, we will take it forward. So in Java, there's a file class available in which there are a lot of method to create a folder structure, create a file, to check the existence of the file, to delete the file or folder, to get the absolute path, name, right, existence, length of the file, right, you will be getting the desired part. So with the help of the mk directory, you can create the file. With the help of the delete method, you can delete the file or folder. With the help of the exist method, you can check the existence of a file or a folder, right? And in case you want to read a file, write a file, right? For reading part, you need to take help from the file reader or the file writer, sorry, file reader and the buffer reader. In case it is a uh, write a file or you want to update some value in the file, you need to use the file writer or the buffer writer. The Java collection framework is nothing which provides an architecture to store and manipulate the group of object, but it should be similar kind of object. Okay, in Java collection framework, there will be three things. One is the interface, which will be all 100% abstract in nature. Then the implementation of the class and that the method or the algorithm. In the method, right, which will be coming from the either from the interface or either from the classes. Okay, so all the operations that user want to perform on data, such as sorting, insertion, searching, manipulation, deletion, can be achieved by Java collection framework. Right? There are couple of interface, couple of classes will be there. So all the class to class it will be extend, interface to interface it will be extend, but interface to class, right? It will be class to interface it will be always implements keyword. So list is a kind of same order and it can contain duplicate value. Set, there is no ordered, but it will contain unique value. Sorted set, it is unique value and it is ordering one. Q is nothing but it's only one side operation FIFO mechanism. DQ is nothing but double-ended queue. You can do the operation from the both side. So array list, like it will allow duplicate element, but like manipulation is little bit slow. Bits only operation will be done from the one side, and same order it will do the you can add the value. Linked list, it's similar to array list, but both side you can do the operation, the addition or remove. Has said there is no guarantee of the ordering, but it will contain only unique value. You can add the null value as well. Okay, but tree set it cannot allow null value. It will only contain the unique value, but it will be ascending order. But in case you want to store some key and value pair combination, right? Either it can be integer, string, double, float for format, right? You can go with the hash map with the key and values pair. Key will be always unique, values can be duplicate, right? You can also right, print the keys values and the key value pair combination as well. Primarily it will be used for the whenever you want to deal with the right any kind of properties file in the real-time framework. Suppose you want to define something as common, right, and you want to change only one places, so that everywhere it will be reflected just like that. Your email ID, password, right, or application URL, right, application some config file, those part you can change, add it in that properties file, and you can read it with the help of the Java map. Has Java map. Multi-threading is nothing but the mechanism to work the multiple kind of work simultaneously with the different with the kind of help of multiple thread, right? There will be multiple steps associated: new, runnable, running, waiting, and dead. So thread, you need to you want to start it, you need to call that start method. Okay, so by default there will be one thread always in the system. It will be main thread, right? Thread, with the help of the current thread you can get the current thread, you can get the name, priority, thread group, right? What pooling group, what ID, state, alive or not. You can also, right, make it dead also. Okay, you can change the name, change the priority as well. Okay, and daemon thread is nothing but in case you want to clear the garbage after your execution is over, you can make one thread as daemon thread. So automatically what will happen after, right, execution is over, you don't want to store all this part, right, so that it will free up the space, and it will also, right, improve the CPU utilization part. So that is the way only one thread you can make it daemon, so the other remaining thread can be cleaned up from the systems. So that's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.